What is up? I am Connor and today I have a good video for you. If you are just starting to get into gym, into fitness, bodybuilding, CrossFit, powerlifting, whatever you want to do, and you've just started, this is going to be the video for you. Okay, so basically what I'm going to go through in this video is the 5 top things that you need to focus on and perfect in your first year of lifting. I've been lifting for 2.5, 3 years now. If I had done these things in my first year, the first few months, if I had got them perfect, I would have made so many more gains and I'd be a lot further down the line, a lot more advanced than I am now. So I thought I'd make a video to help anyone who's starting out to make sure these things are the things you focus on, teach yourself and learn from the very start and all the way through. So let's jump straight into this. Alright, so number one of the most important things in fitness, in the gym and anything, it is your form, okay? Form should be the thing you get perfect. If you're going to be good at anything in the gym, make sure your form is the best thing, okay? What do we mean by good form? Well, good form is executing the movement perfectly, making sure you get that muscle contraction, making sure you don't injure yourself as well. My advice would be learn a variety of exercises. There is always 5 or 6 different exercises for every body part. So you can always find one that A, works for you, B, gives you a better muscle contraction. Don't rush it. Don't try and do too heavy weight. Just make sure the form is right. Why would you do this? Because it will prevent injury. You won't injure yourself doing a bad form. If you're doing a bad lift, like say you do deadlifts wrong, you're going to start injuring your lower back straight away. If you haven't got the form right, it's going to hurt. So you're going to prevent injury straight away. You're also going to maximise gains because you're going to get the most contraction from that exercise. Okay, you're going to recruit the most muscle fibres and you'll feel it working, you'll feel the difference. If I'm bicep curling and I'm just swinging, I won't feel anything here. But if I'm doing good form, straight away you'll feel it. So that's a good thing to remember. And then that leads me on to, how do you know if your form is good? Very important question, because not many people know, or they learn wrong, and they find out later on and they've wasted a lot of time. So you need to learn straight away. But how can you learn these things? Well, you can learn from books, you can YouTube things, you can ask people in the gym. If you don't know something, there's no harm in asking. There's going to be personal trainers around, there's going to be other lifters next to you who are doing things. Just watch what they're doing. If it looks right, copy them. If it doesn't look right, ask them, ask someone else. Learn for yourself. For me, I spent hours and hours researching. If I didn't know an exercise, I would look it up. I would watch so many YouTube videos of just how to do an exercise properly to make sure that I can get the most out of every movement. Learning the form is vital. My second thing to make sure you remember and focus on for number 2 is going to be compounds. What do we mean by compounds? Well, compound movements are movements that incorporate multiple muscle parts at the same time. The main ones for these are going to be sort of your deadlifts, overhead press, bench press, squat, that sort of thing. Okay, so for example, you're doing a bench press, you're doing your chest, you're doing a bit of your shoulders, and a bit of your triceps as well. So you're doing multiple areas at the same time. People avoid these a lot, and I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't avoid these. Okay, so if you're just starting in the gym, okay, compounds, you should learn and start them straight away. Why? Because they're the best, okay? That's the only reason. They're going to get you size and strength quicker than any isolation movement will do. Focus on these, nail these, and you will see vast improvements. They also help your other lifts go up. They all help each other. My overhead press can help my bench go up and vice versa. So if you improve one thing, you also improve the other without even knowing it. Another good reason for doing compound movements, if you haven't got much time in the gym or you want to keep your intensity high when you're working out, you could stick to just the compounds, save yourself a lot of time. I could do bench press and do chest, and it will do my chest and tris, or I can go do some tricep push downs, there's some more cable flies, and then some chest press machine, and I could spend a lot longer doing a lot of isolation as opposed to maybe 1 or 2 exercises that are compounds. You can save time and you'll be more efficient. You can get in, you can get out, keep your intensity high and have a great workout. So one of the benefits of compounds. In some cases, you could just walk into a gym and do overhead press, deadlift, squat, and bench, and leave it at that, and that will be enough because you've done a lot of your body in one session. Don't be afraid of the compounds. I know from my experience, I didn't do squats or deadlifts for the first 6 months or so of my first year, and now I look back on it, I realise if I did do those from the start and I learnt them and I started doing them every week, I would be at such a better place. In physique wise, I would be 10 times better than what I am now. But I avoided those movements because I either didn't know how, or I was worried I'd injure myself, or I just wasn't used to doing the movement. Squats, for example, I couldn't get the depth in squats when I first started doing them. I just had to practice, 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 and eventually it comes to you. Then you get it, you nail it, and you immediately see the effects. You see how good it is, and you wonder why you've been avoiding it all that time. So don't neglect compounds. Okay, so for my third point, let's talk about nutrition. This is gonna be one of the most important, okay? You could be lifting the heaviest weight with the best form, but if you're eating absolute crap, you're never gonna make any gains, and your physique will show that. So you need to learn nutrition, okay? You need to make sure early on, as soon as possible, you know about calories, you know about protein, fats, carbohydrates, you know how much you should be eating, how much is too much. You know when to eat in a calorie surplus, when to eat in a calorie deficit. If you don't know what any of those things mean, now's the time to research, okay? You need to look these things up, because once you know it, it's easy. It's very easy. Once you know it, you are gonna be miles ahead of anyone else who's just starting out lifting, easily. So, find a few YouTube videos. There's so many out there who will teach you about how to set your goals, if you should go into a bulk or a cut, but everything depends on you as a person. Your calorie goals depend on your height, your age, your weight, so it's all tailored towards you. You need to work it out. I'd also recommend, as soon as possible, if you can do it, is track your calories. You work out how much you need, count it, track it, make sure you've got it accurate. Yeah, it can be a bit tedious at times, but it's so, for me personally, it's nice knowing exactly what is going into my body. Like, I know exactly how much I need to eat of this, how much I need to eat of that, and I can work out when to have meals. For me, it works. It's very easy. I quite like it. It means I'm getting the most out of my gym sessions. My physique is reflecting that as well. So, nutrition, get it on point, get it nailed to a T as soon as possible, and you will see a world of difference. I made the mistake of not really caring, just thinking, oh yeah bro, eat a bit of chicken, you'll be fine. Doesn't really work like that. You have to get nutrition down, you have to know it, you have to learn these things. Okay, my fourth point is going to be your training split. Now, what I mean by this is what you're working out on each day, okay? Walking into the gym a few times a week and just going, yeah, bench, maybe a bit of arms and I'll go home, won't get you anywhere at all. There's no point. You should either follow a program. There's a lot of people who can provide you with programs, or you can make your own program. Work out what works best for you. You need to have a structured idea of what you're going to train on which days, how many times per week. Do not fall into that trap, that bro split of chest on Mondays, back and biceps Tuesdays, and then whatever else. You don't need to do any of that. For me, I use push, pull, legs. Push, pull, leg. And then I can have a rest day, or okay, a weak area day, and then like a full body workout day. So I've structured my plan to suit my needs and to give me the best results in like a week's time, in a week. If you don't know what push, pull, legs is, again, Google will be your best friend. Ideally, you want to be hitting every body part 2 to 3 times per week. For me, I like to do at least one full body day. I'll maybe do 4 or 5 compound movements in one session. As long as I'm hitting every body part twice a week, I feel great, and my physique has been improving as my training plan improves as well. But all your training splits will depend on what your goals are. So if you're a bodybuilder, it's going to be different from a powerlifter, which will be different from a strongman. It depends on your goals, so learn what your needs are before you decide on which program to get and which one you should work around. your muscles can recover in 36 to 48 hours. So if you hit arms once a week, you're wasting your time because you could have hit arms twice a week and get more results out of it. So why wouldn't you do that? You can hit things multiple times a week and get the maximum results. Okay, so my fifth and final main point for this video is going to be rest. You need rest. You do need 7, 8, 9, whatever it is hours sleep per night. Okay, some people say, oh, you don't need that, work, just sleep 5 and then get up early. It's different for each person, so find what works for you, but you do need rest. You can't go to the gym 7 days a week, every week. You hear those guys who say, oh, I don't have any days off, and they hit the gym every day. You don't need that. You need the rest there. Your muscles need that time to recover and build. They're broken down when you work out, and then they repair themselves when you're not working out. If you work out every day, you're going to overtrain, okay? You will overtrain your muscles and you won't make any results. You'll be fatigued, your workouts will be poor. You need that rest. Ideally, you want to be going to the gym and working out 5 or 6 times per week with 1 to 2 rest days, depending on how you feel, depending on what your goals are and that sort of thing. That sort of plan is going to get you optimal results. The sooner you start doing these things, the better your physique's going to appear straight away. You'll notice the results. You could work out 7 days in a row, 1 week, and then a couple weeks later you could work out 5 days in a row with some rest. And you will see a difference in how you feel and what you look like. Okay, one will be great and one will be bad. The rest plays a key factor without you even realising it. So, that is my 5 points that you need to focus on in your first year of lifting. So if you're just starting out, follow those 5 points. Make sure you do a lot of research, do a lot of learning. Learn by trial and error if you have to. Okay, if you do it wrong, it doesn't work for you, find out why it went wrong and improve. Always build on yourself and improve. But your first year is the time when you make the most gains. You get the most change. It's visual, you'll feel it. That first year is where the big changes happen. So if you have all of those aspects just nailed down, you're doing them perfectly, you're going to see the most results out of anyone, as opposed to someone who just walks into a gym, lifts a few weights, doesn't know what they're doing. Anyone who's educated will have such a huge advantage. I always recommend learning as much as you can before you go to any workout routine or any diet plan or whatever. So that was the 5 things you need to focus on in your first year of lifting. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned a little bit. Any questions, drop me a comment and I will reply to everyone. Feel free to like the video. If you want to see some more videos like this, then just subscribe. I'll be making some more videos. Hopefully going to be putting out videos once a week or so, discussing a lot of fitness, lifestyle, a lot of things that tie them together. And be lots of different videos coming. Some will be vlogs, some will be workout footage. So yeah, subscribe for more and I'll see you in the next one, guys.